After really surprising myself and really enjoying the first two Paddington movies, I was looking forward to checking out Paddington in Peru, but unfortunately, this is not third time's a charm. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mike. If you're brand new here or if you come back, you may already know that, but I appreciate you stopping by to check out my spoiler-free thoughts on Paddington in Peru. I will touch on elements that's in the trailer just to give a little bit of context about the plot, because this time around it falls on Paddington and the Brown family again. However, they're going to go to Peru because that is where Paddington's Aunt Lucy is based. When they get to Peru though, they find out that Aunt Lucy is not there, she's missing, and they're going to hunt to try find Aunt Lucy. This time around we have Dougal Wilson stepping in the director's chair, but it is their first feature film, and I think this is where mistake number one comes into play. Mistake number two that we have is Emily Mortimer is now playing Mrs. Brown instead of Sally Hawkins, and there's no reason for the cast change. It hasn't been publicly documented online, so who knows why that is. Number three is there's some wonky CGI. Now, of course, we are talking about an animated live action movie where you've got Paddington Bear, but in the other two, there's definitely more solid animation, and there was just more care and love that seemed as if it was kind of paid attention to and really put into those movies. And that is a huge shame, because I really liked the first two movies, and I thought with this third one, hey, this could have been a really great modern trilogy, and a one where, you know, what a trilogy box set this would be. But unfortunately, this third one absolutely falters. Now, before I go fully into the negatives, let me touch on a few positives. There is some stunning animation shots, and there's some really nice backgrounds and on-set locations when they actually shot in Peru, because I read up that most of the shooting was actually done in Colombia, and only about 20% of the movie was done in Peru with laws and all that kind of stuff. So the on-set location shots are beautiful. You can tell they try to use the scenery as much as they can, and Paddington definitely stands out or blends into those moments very well at times, especially one moment where he's climbing on top of a tree with the umbrella, and that shot I was like, wow, that looks absolutely stunning. Hugh Bonneville once again returns as Mr. Brown, and as always, he's good. I mean, Hugh Bonneville's a great actor, and I definitely think he tries to do some comedy chops, and they give him a little bit of a different route to go here. And I would say, as always, he's a likeable character along with Paddington. We've also got some cameos from Antonio Banderas and Olivia Colman. Antonio Banderas, I've seen him in quite a lot of bad movies, so I'll give him props that at least he's better in Paddington in Peru. There was a little montage scene of him I thought was pretty funny, where he plays a few characters, and I definitely did enjoy that. There was one or two moments of humour where I did get a genuine chuckle. However, that is where the positives end, because if we're going to go straight into the negatives, and we're going to go to Peru with these negatives, basically this movie feels a little bit like a cash grab. And this was actually announced before Paddington 2. They were going to make a third one all those years ago, and it's made a lot of years. And I think the problem is you've got a first-time feature director who's mainly known for doing music videos, which is baffling as to how they get the job and the director's seat in this movie. But then also the script, it just feels so wonky. It feels forced humor, whereas the Paddington movies, you know, definitely do have some slapstick humor, but they're also very clever moments of dialogues or funny situations. This one didn't feel as such of having those funny situations. It just felt, oh, well, here's an obvious gag for having like an obvious gag. Oh, okay, these characters seem a little bit suspicious. Okay, well, they're definitely going to be the villain, and the villain here is absolutely cookie cutter, generic, and just flat out not great. There's a lot of the cast that is brought in here for what purpose? For example, like the Brown family, you've got the younger brother and sister, of course, who reprise the roles from the other two, but they're given maximum, I'm not kidding, 5 lines of dialogue each in the entire 1 hour and 47-minute picture. So it's kind of questionable at times as to why they're both in here just for the sake of having them in this journey for this movie. They're probably the easiest acting role they've ever had, let's be quite frank. But some of the cameo performances, and I'm not going to mention who, are wasted. They're not really that great. There is a post-credit scene as well, which, yeah, it's not really fantastic. It's didn't really have me chuckling or thinking, oh, you know, I really want to see more of this world. I was like, nah, I would go back to the first two movies and just probably skip over this generic one. There's just a lot of moments I felt forced humour. There's moments, as I said, there's some wonky CGI, especially when Paddington at the beginning in the passport office, train station, all that kind of stuff, where he's getting his photo taken in the original trailer. He stumbles on some newspapers, and you can tell the newspapers are fake as hell. They couldn't even use real newspapers to like sprinkle near the character. And I really ultimately have left this movie thinking, kind of what a waste of potential and opportunity they had to make a great third movie in a great film series, but ultimately it's not one I care to revisit again. So my score for Paddington in Peru is between a 1.5 and a 2 stars out of 5. I really wish I could give a better review. I really wish I could be really sitting here positive and smiling, but this movie did make me feel like that. So, have you seen Paddington in Peru? Are you going to check it out? Let me know down below in the comment section so we can continue the discussion down there. If you haven't joined my Patreon, you can do so by clicking the link down below in the description box for only £2 per month. It is far better than Paddington in Peru, I can tell you that much. And big thanks to all these awesome legends who are subscribed to Patreon. In the meantime, if you haven't seen these videos of mine, click over here, have a bit of a deep dive. Till next time that I see you guys, I'll be seeing you later.